Tired of all the Ohtani haters?
A two-way player like no other. But when the results don't show, the criticism comes down hard. However, this time, a legendary pitcher finally spoke up. MLB legend Roger Clemens. Having been through countless battles himself, he's one of the few who can truly understand what makes Ohtani special. In today's video, we'll dive into the real meaning behind his powerful words. Happy news!
Our channel has just surpassed 1,000 subscribers. Let's keep spreading Ohtani's inspiration together.
Clemens praises Ohtani's incredible talent.
Shohei Ohtani, who has undergone Tommy John surgery twice, continues to take on challenges that defy all logic. For most pitchers, that surgery is a career-defining, sometimes career-ending event. Even a single procedure can take years of recovery, and there's no guarantee they'll ever return to form. But Ohtani? He's come back twice, and not only as a pitcher, but as a full-time hitter too. That alone puts him in completely uncharted territory. At one point, his batting numbers dipped slightly compared to the previous season, and some critics began to say things like, he should just focus on hitting, or he's not fully back as a pitcher yet. But standing up against those voices was none other than the legendary right-hander, Roger Clemens, 7-time Cy Young Award winner. He said this, "I'm honestly sick of hearing people criticize Ohtani. Do those guys even know what it's like to stand on that mound? How many players do you know who can pitch at that level after 2 Tommy John surgeries? I've won 354 games, and from my perspective, Shohei's pitching is the real deal. Velocity, command, endurance in clutch moments, everything is elite. No one in history has ever pitched at this level while also hitting like he does. If you've got time to criticize, spend it watching every pitch he throws." Clemens' words spread instantly, silencing the critics almost overnight. In fact, Roger Clemens has admired Shohei Ohtani's potential since the very beginning of his two-way challenge in the majors. In an interview with FOX Sports, Clemens said, "To do what he's doing takes more than just physical talent. You need the mental toughness to stay true to yourself. The way he paints the corners with 98 to 100 miles per hour heat, it's absolutely incredible." Then, on July 22nd against the Twins, Clemens left another memorable comment. Ohtani gave up a leadoff home run to Byron Buxton in the first inning, but Clemens saw it differently. He said, "That was actually a run Ohtani needed to give up. For pitchers, the first inning is often where they fine-tune their rhythm, and Ohtani quickly made adjustments after that early mistake. A true ace is different," Clemens said. "They reset instantly. We call it a memory reset in our world." He praised Ohtani's ability to adapt on the fly. After that, Ohtani shifted his approach, mixing vertical movement with high-velocity fastballs, slicing through the lineup with splitters and sliders around 100 miles per hour. Then, in his very next at-bat, he crushed a 2-run homer to take the lead, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Clemens, amazed, said, "That's 3 straight games with a homer, right?" I'm speechless. He was in awe of Ohtani's total dominance on both sides of the ball. When asked about Ohtani facing his own son, Cody Clemens, he laughed and said, "It looked like he was holding back a little against other hitters. But when Cody stepped in, it felt like he kicked it into another gear. A 100-mile fastball. I couldn't help but laugh. It was a rare glimpse of pride and emotion from a father watching his son face greatness. To give up a home run to the leadoff batter, recover instantly, and then turn the game around with his own bat. What words would you use to describe that kind of performance?" Right now, Ohtani is pitching under an innings limit, but his recovery and progress are on track. And the fact that a legend like Clemens praises him so highly is proof enough of just how real his greatness is. So, what do you think? Is Ohtani's two-way dominance a once-in-a-lifetime talent, or the beginning of a brand new era in baseball? Roger Clemens, one of the greatest pitchers in history, says Shohei Ohtani is creating the future of baseball. And that belief is spreading fast. Even Hall of Fame pitchers are now discussing how teams might use players like him in new ways. Next, we'll take a closer look at what this means for the future of the two-way player. If you were the manager, how would you use Shohei Ohtani? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Starter or closer, what fits Ohtani best?
Former MLB pitcher John Smoltz, who recorded 213 career wins and 154 saves and is now enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame, recently shared his thoughts on Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers. Smoltz discussed Ohtani's recent performances on the mound following his comeback, as well as the much-debated possibility of using him as a closer in the future. Drawing from his own unique experience as both a starter and a reliever, he once again emphasized Ohtani's extraordinary talent, saying if he focused on pitching for a full season, he'd be the best pitcher in baseball. After undergoing elbow surgery in September 2023, Ohtani has already made several starts, showing flashes of dominance, even throwing harder than before the surgery. The Dodgers are gradually increasing his innings as he continues to rebuild as a starter. Smoltz cautioned that being a reliever isn't necessarily easier. A reliever's workload can actually be heavier, he explained. They have to warm up multiple times depending on the game situation, and sometimes they don't even get into the game. Over time, that takes a real toll. Having transitioned from starter to closer himself, Smoltz knows the challenge firsthand. He described how unpredictable bullpen life can be. For example, if your spot comes up to hit in the 8th inning, you might have to stop throwing and start again later. It's not as simple as just saying, he'll pitch the 9th. He highlighted just how mentally and physically demanding that adjustment can be. However, Smoltz did acknowledge that in the postseason, using Ohtani as a closer could be a viable strategy. And with a grin, he added, then again, he's not human. Maybe he doesn't even need much time to get loose. Smoltz had previously reflected on his own experiences as a two-role pitcher on FOX Sports, giving extra weight to his analysis of Ohtani's unprecedented path. I can't even find the words to describe Shohei Ohtani. 3 years ago, when I said, if he focused on pitching for a full year, he'd be the best pitcher in baseball, people thought I was crazy. But now, I'm absolutely convinced of it. John Smoltz backed up his statement by pointing to Ohtani's exceptional athleticism and remarkable pitching instincts. This wasn't just casual praise. It came from the perspective and conviction of a man who's been through it all as one of the game's greatest pitchers. Today, Ohtani remains one of the Dodgers' most dominant hitters and the core of their lineup. That makes managing his workload as a pitcher one of the organization's toughest challenges. Smoltz's words offer valuable insight as the team decides how to balance Ohtani's two-way role moving forward. But what do you think about Ohtani's future? Would you rather see him continue chasing greatness as a two-way superstar? Or focus solely on pitching and become, as Smoltz says, the best in baseball? While Smoltz and others envision Ohtani reaching new heights on the mound, many legends have also argued that his bat alone could define a new era of baseball. As the debate heats up between pitcher Ohtani and slugger Ohtani, one thing's for sure, we're witnessing history in real time.
Legends left speechless.
A legendary slugger who made history in Major League Baseball, Barry Bonds, recently made a statement that has sent shockwaves through the baseball world. He said, "Ohtani has already surpassed me. With 762 career home runs and 7 MVP awards, the weight of those words is undeniable." How did hearing that make you feel? Bonds began by acknowledging the impact of Japanese players in MLB. To him, Ichiro Suzuki is the pioneer of Japanese baseball players. His achievement of over 3,000 hits in the US and more than 4,000 combined hits in Japan and America is legendary. On top of that, Bonds praised Ohtani's two-way excellence, saying, "What Ohtani has shown this year as both a pitcher and hitter is truly remarkable." He added, "I don't think we'll ever see another player like him again. I've never seen a player like this before. All I can say is, it's unbelievable," Bonds confessed, expressing his pure awe. Bonds also spoke about Ohtani's unique style of play. He hits, he pitches, and he runs. "I don't think it's easy for most people to truly understand what he's doing." He compared Ohtani to Madison Bumgarner during his time with the Giants, noting his hitting ability, but stressed that Ohtani is in a league of his own. "He's elite both as a pitcher and a hitter. I don't think we'll ever see another player like him again," Bonds said, reaffirming Ohtani's singular place in baseball history. When asked about comparisons between himself and Ohtani, Bonds admitted, "I don't know if he's like me, but there's no doubt he's something special. It might take a few more years of play before we can really compare them." He added, "For me, it's very difficult to put into words just how extraordinary his level truly is," showing that even a Hall of Famer struggles to capture Ohtani's greatness. On the other hand, Bonds also offered a suggestion for Ohtani. He should focus on hitting. Returning as a pitcher is just too much of a burden. Understanding the challenge of being a two-way player, Bonds seemed to believe that if Ohtani concentrated solely on hitting, he could further elevate his batting ability, perhaps even surpassing Bonds himself. This raises an important question. Should Ohtani persist with the two-way challenge or focus entirely on being a hitter? It's a debate worth considering. In doing so, Ohtani has become a player admired by both the greatest pitchers and the greatest hitters of all time. There is no doubt he is a unique talent, a true once-in-a-generation player excelling at both pitching and hitting. This season, Ohtani continues to shine with overwhelming presence, and his goal remains not personal titles, but team victory. As the second half of the season unfolds, fans will watch his numbers closely, but what everyone truly hopes for is a dream come true: a repeat World Series championship. More than that, Ohtani's journey inspires young baseball players all over the world. By embodying the dream of being a two-way player, he carries the power to reshape the future of baseball itself. He has transcended the title of star player and become a symbol of the limitless possibilities of sport, a reality that makes Bonds' praise even more profound. Shohei Ohtani is a true warrior who refuses to stop challenging himself despite criticism. Overcoming 2 major surgeries, he continues to deliver results both on the mound and at the plate, achievements that have already become legendary. To give up a home run to the leadoff batter, immediately adjust, and then hit a home run in the very next at-bat. Only a player with supreme skill and mental strength could make such dramatic moments seem ordinary. By carving a path that no one has walked before, Ohtani continues to inspire dreams across the globe. He is not just a player, he is a force that is changing the future of baseball.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.